Got to give a big shout out to Sander. I don't know if he's on the feed right now, but he just completed his prop firm challenge. So shout out to him. Congratulations. We've got a lot of guys in our group that are trading with different prop firms. If you're not in ASFX, this is our Discord chat. When you join ASFX, you can be active in here with us every day. The coach's ideas is where I talk, and Dreams talks, and Lindsay and Jerome. This is where only we can share our ideas. But you guys can all speak in this live trading chat. There's Kareem talking, there's Josh. This is where everybody shares their ideas. And here in the funding side, this is where everybody shares their opinions about what funding companies are best and everything like that. So shout out to Sander. That's very, very exciting, bro. Congratulations. Let's go to my buddy here, Lemon Tree. So Lemon Tree sent me a good question this morning. He said, hey, bro, I hope you're doing well. I had a question you can answer on the stream. My question is, you see the 3-candle A1 formation in the purple box. If the conditions were met to be a valid entry and you were to enter that candle formation, the second bar, as you can see, has a big wick. To me, my thought is that the buys are coming in to control, hence the price is pushing all the way back up. But I wanted to know what you would do, what your thoughts would have been when you see the wick form. How would you manage this trade? So he's looking at GBP CHF this morning, and as you can see through his second picture, the trade ends up coming all the way down to the 800 EMA. We just went over that here on our list. So what he's looking at is going short here with a stop loss at the top of the A1 formation. I like it. It's off the 21 EMA. The RSI value looks good. Perfect market sentiment. This looks like a great setup. What happens as this goes on, we'll just replay mode it here. This is what ends up happening. He gets this big wick here. That scares him. The reason that scares him, and it should, is because he is still trading inside the Asian range high and Asian range low. We talked about this a lot yesterday. Inside that Asian range, it's tougher to find those clean breakouts. So when you take a trade inside the Asian range, you need to be willing to give it time to break the range and retest the range multiple times potentially before you get that full extension of the move. Now, the move is expected to be to the downside because of the EMAs, because of the bias from yesterday, and more importantly, because of the perfect market sentiment today. So he's not wrong in the bias. But what I would say is if you're taking this trade, don't get scared of the pin. It's still holding the 8 EMA. The 8 EMA is under the 21 EMA. Take it candle by candle. What's the next bar do? Boom. Now we're out of the Asian range. Now this thing is ready to rock and roll. What's the next bar do? Boom. Another new low a day. Boom. Another new low a day. Another new low a day. Look at it continuing lower and lower, holding the 8 EMA all the way down. These are 15-minute bars. The target here, when you're trading towards the 800 EMA, that is the target. Perfect market sentiment says sell it. Short-term EMAs, 200 is above 50, 21 is above 8. That's a short-term downtrend with these 4 EMAs telling us to take it to the 800. I love that setup. This is a great trade for me, if it was out of the Asian range already. I don't love trading when it's still in the Asian range, but it's still a great setup. It's still a great read, in my opinion. It's a good. He managed it well if he held the trade. But the point here, to answer his question, don't get scared if you get a big pin like this. Don't convince yourself, forecast that there's buyers here. Bro, there's no buyers here. Look at the market sentiment line. Look at the yellow market sentiment line. What is that telling you today? This is probably moving lower. That's how you should read this. If you see perfect market sentiment from the changeover of day till the point that you're at the trade and it's in one zone all day, that should tell you it probably moves in that direction today. It's that simple. So here, don't get scared of the pin. Get scared if it breaks an EMA against you. That's where you would think, okay, maybe this isn't working. Breaks the 8, bad sign. Breaks the 21, get out of the trade. Look for something else. Wait for the next re-entry. That's how I would handle this. So I hope that answers the question for you, Lemon Tree. I won't use his real name because he likes his username. If we get a clean D1 on GA, our take profit should be today's low. Let's take a look. If we got a clean D1, yeah, you would look to see if you can get good risk reward to today's low. But if it shifts down, hopefully you're assuming then it's going to break today's low and come lower. But see how it's shifting up right now? It's been in that upshift. That's why we're not going to be looking for shorts right now. Market sentiment is still in the buy zone, so we're not looking for shorts yet. Not sure if I missed you discussing UCHF, but in the relation to what you said before in Discord, if it was a Thursday, would you still expect trend to continue? Yeah, more than on a Friday for sure. UCHF wasn't even on my list today. Big reversal here. I mean, market sentiment overnight was coming into reset, and it wasn't very clean yesterday either. So if you were trying to buy this in the Asian range here, or even as it breaks out of the Asian range, I think it's a tough buy because look at how close the market sentiment is to the sell zone. It's dropping. See the yellow line falling? That's telling you the buyers are losing power. It's either going to be indecisive or shift to the sellers, and it's shifted to the sellers. UCHF is not a great pair. Everybody, anything with CHF or CAD, not great. They're worse than NZD and AUD. NZD and AUD are a little bit better in my opinion. CAD, base pairs, and CAD quote pairs are not my favorite. You don't see me trade them for a reason. Anything with CHF, not my favorite either. If anything, I'm going to trade GBP CHF because it's got that GBP volume. USD CHF has never been something that I found great pairs in. See all this chop right here as it moves up, down, but it's moving sideways. It's not actually moving up or down. That's what I always think of when I think of USD CHF. Choppy, choppy, choppy.